Welcome to Let's Play Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. I'm Hunter Black Luna, and this is another LP I've been inspired to do by Get Daved. Well, and it's just a classic game in general from BioWare. In fact, it's one of the games that probably made BioWare. Alright, starting out we have our choice between male and female, and 3 different classes. Soldiers are the stand-up fighters. Scouts have skills and abilities. Scoundrels get by on stealth and guile. We're gonna be playing as a female scout, because I feel like it. See, it's not like Get Dave's LP, because I'm gonna be a girl. That proves it. We have a number of heads to choose from. You can't do any customization, no Mass Effect style things, which is alright with me. I'd probably just end up coming up with some abomination anyway, so hey. Now we get to the meat and potatoes of the game mechanics. It's very similar to D&D. Attributes influence a lot of stuff, and every 2 points you gain in an attribute increases the modifier globally. But if you go past 14, then it starts costing 2 points for every 1 increase. So that cost me 4 points to get from 14 to 16 and get that plus 3 modifier. Some people think it's worth it. I don't. And that's mostly because I don't really do the min-maxing, where I take all the points out of one stat, typically charisma, and put it into, say, strength so that I become like the beast. And I'll give you a roll down. You can see each description of the attributes. Strength mainly affects melee, and my character will be a melee user. Dexterity affects ranged, and that includes grenades as well as guns, and your general defense rating. The Constitution protects you against big government spending, and it also increases the vitality points you gain on each level up. Default is Scoundrels gain 6, Scouts gain 8, and Soldiers gain 10, I believe. But since we have a +1 modifier to the Constitution, we'll gain 9 a level, which makes us the strongest. Intelligence determines the number of skill points you get, and some other nice benefits. Wisdom has to do with force powers almost exclusively, and charisma makes you charismatic and a good talker, and it's kinda related to the force too. I like playing more of a jack-o'-trades character than doing the min-maxing stuff, but that's just me. Skills, there's a bunch of things. The more skill points you have, the better you are at something. Treat injury is good for using med packs, and we'll be using a few of those, as well as force healing abilities. And it's generally good if you prefer staying alive. Security is used to open locked stuff, but you can bash down locked doors and chests like 80% of the time. And for that 20% where you need someone with security skill, there's a security specialist that's gonna take care of that, so we're fine with security. Repair and computer use are sort of related. They're under the influence of the intelligence attribute, which means I get a +2 modifier to both these skills. And both these skills reduce the amount of repair parts or computer spikes it takes to do good stuff every 4 points to a minimum of 1. So if I increase both of these skills to 2, I have an effective skill of 4 in each. It's good stuff. Demolitions is good for mines, but I have someone who's going to be taking care of that. Awareness is good for spotting mines so you don't blunder into them, and cloaked enemies. I think there are a few in this game, there's not a whole ton. Stealth is worthless, never use stealth for anything ever. And persuade. Only the main character can select this, since all dialogue is defaults to being you talking. It's a cross-class skill though, which Scouts don't have too many of those. But in the ones they do, it costs twice as many points to go up. So you see, I just spent 4 points to increase Persuade by 2, and I can't go any further than 2. Whereas with other skills I can do 4. but I'm going to increase it anyway, and thanks to our charisma modifier, we are technically at a persuade skill of 4. So keep that in mind. It's good to have persuade. BioWare actually likes to reward people for taking charisma and persuade and stuff. You can affect mainly quest rewards you get, but there's some really substantial things you can do. And I never like to be without it, because then I feel helpless and powerless, and that just makes me sad. Any points that you don't spend, just roll over till your next level up. Alright, we are proficient in light and medium armor. You can level up to heavy armor right away, but there's not much point doing that your first level. Or any level, really. Because after a while, armor stops mattering for your character, really. Alright, Flurry and Rapid Shot give you an extra attack at a penalty. I'm going to be using a lot of these. It's like Auto Fire in XCOM, where each shot probably won't hit, but you're putting so many out there that eventually you're just gonna... one of them has to connect. Implants are like cybernetic implants that actually have very beneficial effects, and not many characters in the game can use them. And we're proficient in guns and swords. And we choose one more feat. Popular feats are toughness, and its improved ones. +1 vitality point every time you level up, and this is a retroactive bonus. Most talents like this have to be taken early to have maximum effect, but this one doesn't. That's good. Dueling is good if you have a one-handed weapon. +1 to attack and defense with each rank. But that's not what we're doing. I'm going for 2-weapon fighting. And I'm going to advance up that tree whenever I am allowed. When you get to level 8, that's when it really... Well, at basic 2-weapon fighting, you have a big penalty to hit. That's the trade-off for having 2 attacks from 2 weapons. But at Master 2-weapon fighting, the penalty is pretty much eradicated, so it's all good. And the good times just keep rolling. Critical Strike and Sniper Shot increase the critical range of your attacks. And it lowers defense by 5. I don't really, And Power Blast and Power Attack increase damage, but it's a minus to hit. And these ones are, they increase a couple of skills, and that'll be useful later on when I have nothing else to invest in, or we'll see what comes. I like to kind of play it by ear. Patra Avery. That's not bad. Usually the random name generator takes a while before it gets one that I like. So this is good. We've got our character built just the way I like her. So, one thing I should mention is, because of the way KOTOR handles cutscenes, I don't think I'll be able to show you very many of them. I'll have to skip ahead, and I'll see if I can edit in the opening cutscene, and maybe some others, but we'll see. The next time I come back, we'll be in the game, anyway. And we awaken in a similar fashion to Mass Effect 2, actually. BioWare reuses ideas a lot, but that's because they're so good that those ideas end up being good even if they're reused. That's my opinion.
We've been ambushed by a Sith battle fleet. The Endar Spire is under attack. Hurry up, we don't have much time.
Hey, tutorial character. What's up?
I'm Trask Ulgo, ensign with the Republic fleet. I'm your bunkmate here on the Endar Spire. We work opposite shifts. I guess that's why you haven't seen me before. Now hurry up! We have to find Bastila. We have to make sure she makes it off the ship alive.
Bastila?
Bastila is the commanding officer on the Endar Spire. Well, not an officer, really. But she's the one in charge of this mission. One of our primary duties is to guarantee her survival in the event of an enemy attack. You swore an oath just like everyone else on this mission. Now it's time to make good on that oath. I heard what everyone's saying about you. You've explored the farthest reaches of the galaxy. You visited planets I've never even heard of. People with your skills and abilities are hard to find. It's no wonder the Republic recruited you for this mission. But now's the time to prove yourself. I know you're a scout and not a soldier, but Bastila needs all troops at her side during this attack.
Okay. You could have just said, come on.
So hurry up and grab your gear. You need to suit up so we can get out of here.
Yeah, it's a real emergency, which is why you took time to tell us about ourselves. Because we didn't know about ourselves. Of course he's doing that for the audience's benefit, but sometimes I can't help but poke fun at that. Alright, we've got our stuff. Time to put it on. Clothing for a little modesty while we mow down the hordes of Sith. And we can equip the swords and guns. You can have a second weapon, but it can't be ranged and melee put together. You just can't do it. And swords typically tend to be a little better than blasters in most circumstances. And here's an implant. This one just gives a +1 to the Constitution. It doesn't affect our Constitution modifier, and it's You can get some really nice implants later. And that's pretty much all we've got, just standard business. Alright, that's a bit better. A bit more suitable to go fight the enemy.
Okay, let's move out. We should stick together. You'll have more success with a party than on your own.
Alright. Party select screen. Trask is a level 3 soldier.
Because of the attack, this room is in lockdown. But don't worry, I've got the override codes. You'll have to use me to unlock the door.
Okay. Could have just done it, man. I don't know. By the way, we're level 1, he's level 3, so...
Now that the door's open, you better take the lead again.
Okay. He's actually got quite a bit more health than us. Because we've got the 9 vitality points, he's got 36. Not bad. Anyway, let's get...
This is Carthonasi. The Sith are threatening to overrun our position. We can't hold out long against their firepower. All hands to the bridge!
That was Karth contacting us on our portable communicators. He's one of the Republic's best pilots. He's seen more combat than the rest of the Endar Spire's crew put together. If he says things are bad, you better believe it. We have to get to the bridge to help defend Bastila. There's a map of the Endar Spire and a copy of Karth's message in your electronic journal, just in case we get separated.
Maybe this is just how Trask handles adversity. Like, I've known people who are just motor mouths. Or maybe he does this in his everyday life. I'm Trask Olgo. I'm here to replace you on your shift on the bridge sensor console. I know it was my turn to replace you because I looked at the duty roster today, and I talked to the captain and got confirmation. You probably haven't seen me since you get it. Open.
That door's locked. I don't have the codes to open it, but switch me to the party leader so you can use my security skills to slice into the access panel and open the door.
Okay. Again, man, you could have just done it.
These Sith must be the advanced boarding party for the Republic!
Ooh-ah. Before we get started, I should probably mention real quick that I've installed a variety of little mods. Most of them are just cosmetic. I changed the uniform of the Sith to a dark green because it kind of looks like Master Chief. And plus it looks kind of cool. It still looks military-ish. And we use Flurry to get 2 attacks. Double up on this guy and then hit the other.
I've got a feeling that won't be our last battle with the Sith. Good thing we have med packs to heal our wounds. It might be a good idea to use one now before our next battle.
I don't know. I didn't really lose that much health. Normally enemies drop stuff, but there's nothing dropped here, so we're cool to keep going. Bad guys. As usual, we just spam Flurry and give them the business. Oh goodness. That was a really bad round for us. Oh man. Oh man. Yeah. Tell you what. We're just gonna use a med pack right now so that I don't fall over. Man. Maybe I should just go with a regular attack. Yeah. Screw it. More advanced versions of Flurry give you a better chance to hit and kind of negate. It's basically the trade-off though. A lot of attacks versus accuracy. I keep thinking that I need to right-click to do stuff, which is why you see you hear clicking and see me flailing desperately, but nothing actually happens. Alright, we've got a decent stuff. I remember this guy had something useful. Namely, a fragmentation grenade. Oh, yeah. Oh, and in here is 2 more frag grenades, a short sword, a long sword, and a combat suit. Right now we're just wearing clothing, which is good for protecting modesty, but it doesn't really stop blaster bolts as effectively as this combat suit. Gives us 4 bonus defense. It's basic. This is the most basic. Just, if you're wearing nothing else, wear a combat suit. The other thing is, we can swap out the short sword for the long sword. The only change is that it has twice the damage range. There are no penalties for using it. So, cool. I don't think that last grenade was worth it, guys. I mean, I know I'm not evil like the Sith. Perfect situation for a little ordnance. Oh yeah! 3 dead, man. That was not bad. Of course, there's more coming around the corner. We could plug another pineapple in there, but let's get in close. Give them the old 1-2. There you go. That flurry went better. I do enjoy in this game how they actually fight with swords and not just hit each other. And they do that in some instances, but for the most part, this game's pretty good about that sort of thing. Can't go through here. Yep, that's the... I need to get out of the habit of right-clicking, which is what every game that's not this does. It's just such an instinct. Can't go through there, can't go through there. And this is the correct way to go.
It's a Dark Jedi! This fight is too much for us! We better stay back! All we do is get in the way! That was one of the Jedi accompanying Bastila. Damn, we could have used her help!
More Sith dogs. Very effective in the early game. Very effective. Now the poor Jedi doesn't actually have a lightsaber that we can grab. No, they keep that from you in this game for quite a while. But she does have some stimulants. Steroids, that is. And an upgrade component for a vibroblade. This is just a regular sword. One of the main differences is a vibroblade is built to kind of allow a regular person to sword fight with a Jedi. So we could have gone in there and mixed it up. It just wouldn't have ended very well because we're just some herpaderp soldiers. The minimap, it looks like the bridge is right here. Yep. Alright. Great. Looks like it's already been cleared out. There's someone over there, though. Let's see if we can help him out. Let's just go with the... Nah, you know what? I'm feeling dangerous. Flurry all the way, man. Oh, yeah. Revel up.
Bastila's not here on the bridge. They must have retreated to the escape pods. We better head that way, too. The Sith want Bastila alive, but once she's off the ship, there's nothing stopping them from blasting the Endar Spire into galactic dust.
Great, I guess that means we should stand around and talk about it some more. Hey, Trask, rather. Have you ever thought about running for the Senate? I think you'd be good there. Whoa. Now, I could complain about how the bridge is right on the front of the hammerhead section of the ship with only thin glass, you know, protecting the command center of the ship. But I'm just going to compliment the game on the really trippy perspective as we fall towards the planet and the battles going on all around us. Very nicely done. Alright, we've looted the backpack. And the game won't let you out of this room until you level up. That's good though, since every time you level up, you gain all your health back. Alright, we are gonna... Can't level up Persuade again. I'll do that whenever I get the chance. I'm gonna put it into Treat Injury. And then I think... Alright, now our effective skill in computer use and repair will be 6, which means 2 more points in each. Will give us an effective one of 8, which will give us another benefit. I'm going to plug this into awareness, and I'm going to go ahead and keep the last 2 points still in reserve. And we get a feat. Not all level ups give you all kinds of good stuff. We could go for toughness. Extra HP is never a problem. Can't go for the second level stuff really. We could go for that for a melee weapon. Or we could focus on skills. You know. Persuade, awareness, and treat injury. It'd be nice to get some more persuade, considering it will be kind of hard up for persuade levels. And awareness and treat injury are nice to have anyway. So I'm actually, I'm actually gonna go with empathy on this one. Level up complete. Now I have 18 HP. Which, as you know, is twice that of 9. Come on, Trask.
There's something behind here. Damn, another Dark Jedi! I'll try to hold him off. You get to the escape pods. Go!
No! And if you try to chase him through the door, it's locked. You just gotta hightail it to the starboard section of the ship.
This is Cartho Nassi on your personal communicator. I'm tracking your position through the Endar Spire's life support systems. Basila's escape pod is away. You're the last surviving crew member on the Endar Spire. Now I can't wait for you much longer. You have to get to the escape pods.
Alright. Just us now. Sith over there. I could hurl another grenade, but it's just the one guy. So I think we'll just close to attack. This is also an opportunity to use stealth, I suppose. Not really interested in that. Let's just wipe him out the old-fashioned way. No problemo. Loot the corpse, like any pragmatic scout would. And for no particular reason, I'm going to pause for a moment. And then continue forward. This might be a grenade situation, but that table in the way might not hit both of them. So let's just go ahead and go in. Force him into melee combat and then flurry the fuck out of him. Ah, that hurts, man.
Be careful. There's a whole squad of Sith troopers on the other side of that door. You need to find some way to thin their numbers. You could reprogram the damaged assault droid to help you, if you have enough repair parts. Or you could use computer spikes to slice into the terminal and use the Endar Spire's security systems against the Sith.
Either are decent options. You get the full experience points for killing someone with a computer skill or something, plus a bonus for doing it that way. So it's generally a good idea to do it as long as you have these. Oh yeah. Or we could just go in full bore, but we're probably going to get torn up that way. Let's go for the computer panel, shall we? We don't need a tutorial. Bunch of Sith in there. Not anymore. Nice. All the EXPs are mine. still get remains and everything. Prototype vibro blade. Ion blasters are good on droids. Alright, we've gotten everything we can. In fact, let's have a look for a moment at that prototype vibro blade we just picked up. How it compares to our longsword. 2 less potential damage, but it has a damage bonus of +1 physical. And it's balanced so you can use it in the offhand. Now see, if I try 2-weapon fighting now, I get a minus to hit. And I was already missing when I used flurry, so I'm gonna probably stick it out with a longsword for now.
You've made it just in time. There's only one active escape pod left. Come on, we can hide out on the planet below.
Who are you?
I'm a soldier with the Republic, like you. We're the last 2 crew members left on the Endar Spire. Basila's escape pod's already gone, so there's no reason for us to stick around here and get shot by the Sith. Now, come on. There'll be time for questions later.
Sounds good to me. Your attitude is much more healthy than Trask's. Alright, time for us to board the escape pod, then there'll be another cutscene. See you then, guys.